everybody, it's Becky. I'm back today with some tips for how to get more things done around the house. Some of these tips may be things that you are already doing or they are old news to you, and some of them might be some new concepts. So I thought I would just throw this out there, and if even one tip helps you to kind of help keep your house together and more organized and less stressful, then it's worth it. The first thing is, and this sounds maybe easy, is to turn the buzzer on your washer and your dryer so that it will alert you when cycles are done. Now, I used to keep it turned off because I was always afraid, oh, it's gonna wake the baby or it's gonna wake the kids. And I don't know when I never realized that I could turn it on now. It's not gonna bother them. They're all the way upstairs. The washer and dryer are downstairs. And I don't think it would really wake them up even if they weren't that far away. But turning those little buzzers on, as annoying as they are, has really helped to keep me aware of when the laundry is ready to be switched or folded or taken out or whatever. Because I always start a load of laundry every morning, but then sometimes I would forget to get it out of the dryer or I would forget to put it in the dryer, or I'd forget to get it out of the dryer. So something as simple as turning on those buzzers really keeps me aware of the fact that it's time to do the laundry and switch it, because sometimes you can get busy in other things and you forget all about it, and I think we've all fallen into that trap. Which leads me to tip number 2, which, as I said, I do at least one load of laundry every day. For a family of 4, that's pretty realistic and reasonable to do at least one load every day, start to finish if possible. Also, I iron once a week, whether I have 4 things or 40 things. I go ahead and iron everything at once, hang it up, put it in people's closets, and it's done until the next week. The reason I say to do it at least once a week, no matter how many items that you have, is because sometimes I had fallen in the trap of thinking, well, I've only got 3 things to iron, and I've got another load of whites that I could wash, and then I'll wash those tomorrow, and then I'll wait till those get dry, and then I'll iron those. But then the next day would come, I'm like, well, it's time to wash the dark load, so I'll go ahead and wash the dark load, and then I'll iron everything when those are done. And then when I would do that, it would snowball, and every day would kind of just do that, and I would end up with this big pile of laundry that took me 2 hours to iron. So now, pretty much always on Tuesday, sometimes it's Wednesday, I will get everything that's washed, I will iron it all at once, hang it all up, and it's done for the week. And so that has worked out really well, keeping on top of it, not trying to wait till I have a big whole load to iron, just ironing what's ready on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I'm done for the week. I put the ironing board away and I don't see it again until the next week. Tip number 4 is to have your kids do things for you that easily creep up on you but can make a big difference in how messy or chaotic your house is. So simple things like wiping out the shelves and the drawers of your refrigerator. That's something that I think a lot of us forget to do, but then we go to the grocery and we bring a bunch of groceries in and we're like, man, there's something spilled on the refrigerator, but I don't want to have to leave all the groceries out while I wipe it down, so I'll just put everything in, and the next time I go to the grocery and when my refrigerator is empty, I'll wipe it down. And then you never do because you forget. So keeping the refrigerator washed down, cleaning out the insides of trash cans, making sure they're wiped down and there's no spills so there's no stinky smells. Cleaning the tops and the inside lid of your washer and dryer. The lint and dust gets really bad in laundry rooms, and the detergent gets stuck sometimes on the inner rim of the washer, and then the lint gets stuck to that, so you get like this weird gray paste. So maybe once a week, have your kids go through and spray that down with whatever cleaner you use. Also, wiping baseboards and wiping down fan blades. That's another one that I think we tend to forget to look up or down when we're cleaning up. We're dusting, we're vacuuming, we're picking up toys and stuff like that. Maybe we don't always remember to dust our fans or dust our blinds or dust our baseboards, but have your kids do it. A lot of your kids are shorter anyway. They're down there by the baseboards. Let them wipe down the tops of the baseboards. Or if you have a kid that's taller or likes to use maybe a fancy feather duster, give them their own feather duster and say your job is to go through and clean all the fans once a week. Or something like that, just to have them to help you keep up with those little mundane tasks that really can make the difference between your house being clean or really clean. Tip number 5 is to set a timer and power clean, as I like to call it. There are times when I feel overwhelmed, I don't know what to clean first. I have emails I have to go through, I have bills I have to pay, and so I kind of just I call it hummingbird cleaning, where you're just kind of like going around and just kind of doing little bits and this and that. So set a timer and maybe do 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes if you have the time, and spend doing one thing in one room. So you maybe focus on your kitchen, or you're going to focus on getting your laundry folded and put away, or you're going to focus on your living room's messy and needs to be dusted and the couch needs to be swept, or something like that. Spend just a little bit of time where you do not do anything else except for that task that you devoted to spend that time doing. So whatever that is, set a timer and see how much you can get done in that amount of time. And a lot of times, if you really focus and don't pay attention to what's going on your phone or something like that, you'll be surprised at how much you can get done in a short amount of time when you really focus. And same thing for your kids. Maybe set a timer for them and say, okay, you have 15 minutes to go through the house and pick up as many toys as you can find. It really can become a game and see how much you can get done in that short amount of time. Tip number 6 is to don't put off till tomorrow what you could do in maybe 5 or 10 minutes today. I make a to-do list every night for what I need to do the next day, and if I did not complete something that I maybe would be tempted to write in the next day's to-do list, if it's gonna take me less than 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, I really try hard to make myself go ahead and do it instead of going ahead and writing it on the next day's list and prioritizing it with tomorrow's to-do list. If it's gonna take less than 10 minutes or so, try really hard to train yourself to go ahead and do it and push through and get it done, and just so it's that one extra thing that you're gonna get to mark off your to-do list. Which leads me to number 7, which is make a list. Whether it's a fancy planner that you decorate with stickers and washi tape, or it's just a piece of paper that you write a list, or you keep a list on your phone of things that you need to do any given day, definitely make a list and prioritize it from most important at the top and least important at the bottom. You can break it up into times of day like I do. I'll have like phone calls and emails at the top, and then the middle section is for things I need to do during the daytime, and then I have a section at the bottom where things I do typically after the girls go to bed. And so usually that's book work, paying bills, working on YouTube stuff, anything I need to work on for homeschooling. I get a lot of that done at nighttime. So I would always recommend to make a list. It really helps you to put your thoughts on paper, to prioritize what's really important, keep you motivated, and so you don't get overwhelmed and not know what you were supposed to be doing on that day. You already have it written down, you already have it prioritized, and you're ready for the next day. Tip number 8 is to get a good spot mop and a stick vacuum of some sort. Usually they're not plugged in, usually it's a chargeable stick vacuum. I have the Dyson stick vacuum. And we also have a Rubbermaid. I cannot remember what the name of it is. I'll link it down below if I can find it. But it's just a spray spot mop. So I have a mop that I use for like thorough mopping of a room. But I also have the spray spot mop where the cleaner is already in the mop. You squeeze the handle, the solution comes out, and it's really easy to clean up spills. If the dog comes in and tracks mud in or something, it's really easy to keep up with little spots and things like that than having to drag out the mop and the mop bucket and get the water and put it in the thing. It's really nice, really convenient. The kids can do it, and so again, kind of having your kids help you with things like that. That's something small the kids can do. Make sure the dog doesn't track footprints in. Make sure that, you know, if you spill milk on the floor, you wipe it up with the mop. Things like that to really stay on top of those little messes that can sometimes add up to a big mess. Number 9 kind of goes along with the whole pet thing. Keep your dogs groomed and brushed and bathed and all that stuff. So the more that you brush them and the more that you bathe them, the less hair and dander and odor you're gonna have in your house. And that's gonna be easier to keep clean. That's gonna have less dust on your furniture, less hair in your beds, down on your couch if you let your dogs or cats get up in your bed or on your couch. So keeping them groomed and bathed and clean is gonna really help you, not only for their own health and their sake, but also to help you keep a cleaner home. Tip number 10 is to change your air filters often. Now, I talked about this, I think it was last year I made a video about how to keep your home clean even with pets, and so this kind of goes along with the hair issue. Because their hair can sometimes get in the air vents too, but making sure that you're keeping the air vents in your house replaced. Usually it's at least once a month. I know you can buy the ones that like are 3 months or something like that, but our HVAC guy told us to get the cheap ones at Walmart that you throw away every month. And so you can set a reminder in your phone, or you can put it in your planner that every month you change the air filters, and also sweep out the grate of the vent so that there's no dust and all that stuff, because it can look really bad when it's sucking all that stuff up into the vent and then you have like dirty vents. So making sure you do those 2 things, it keeps the air in your home cleaner, less dust, so it makes it easier for you to keep up with your dusting. So definitely change those quite often. And tip number 11, I know this is kind of a touchy subject. Some people are either very anti-shoes in the house and some people don't care, but testing has proven that people that do not wear shoes in the house have cleaner floors. There's less dust and dirt and debris. Your carpets are gonna last longer because there's not as much stuff getting tracked into your carpet. And from a germ standpoint, we just don't wear shoes in the house because I think it's just unnecessary germs to bring into and track into our house. If you're ever in a bathroom in a restaurant and you look down on the floor and you realize that there's stuff all on the floor and you're walking on it, and then you're going in your house and you're walking on your carpets and your kitchen floors and on your rugs with your shoes, basically you're just tracking in everything that you stepped on in that bathroom. With the public bathroom, you're tracking it all into your house. So it's just an easy way to keep things cleaner, less germs, less dirt, make your flooring last longer, and it's just great all around to not wear shoes in the house. So make it a habit to take yours off before you come in. And then also, if you feel comfortable when people come in, like repair people and things like that, if you feel comfortable to ask them to please remove their shoes. I'm a chicken, so I don't usually do that. I like it when they say, do you want me to take my shoes off? Because then I say, yes, please. But I would really love, I wish I was more gutsy and could just say, can you please take your shoes off? But I don't usually. But those are my 11 tips for keeping a cleaner house more easily. So I hope those were helpful to you guys. Let me know if you have any suggestions in the comments below for me, if maybe some things I didn't mention. As tips and tricks and things come along in my life, I'll keep a list, and if I come up with a bunch more tips that have worked for me, I will definitely make another video like this. So like this one if you do, so that I'll know to make another video in the future. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.